need some motivation to get me out there. And sometimes kids are motivation enough to get us out the door because we're like, you're driving me crazy in here. Yes, exactly. I think one of my guests said, well, just kick them out the door and lock it. So, but what, from just what you've seen and experienced, what are some real benefits that we as parents can have within us just to motivate us to get more outdoor learning experiences incorporated into our days and into our schooling experiences?
Yeah, great question. When Peggy, reached out to me, I was thinking this is a great topic, but I wonder how many of us just assume the benefits without really thinking through them. Something people quite often in life, and I found this about myself, what you don't realize you could know a lot better. There's reasons why you think things, and actually the reasons behind your thinking, if we can clarify them, actually make why you think something even more powerfully believed and known. And so I was just thinking, well, what are the assumptions behind, but also empirical research? And so I threw out a list, and of course, if anyone of your viewers would like access to what I'm in a written form, I can edit. It needs some editing. I said to you to give you a heads up. It needs some editing, but we can make sure we make this available. But really, one of the big things that I think is assumed, and maybe it's like, well, we kind of know this, but is a different context helps a lot. So if you're ever looking for, you're doing your language arts, you're doing your spelling, you're doing your math, you're doing your science, you're doing something that's normally done indoors. I mean, even just writing, a different context alone, it's been shown and proven to bring creative benefits. So quite often in workspaces, we've all been working at home. Unfortunately, many of us, not all, many feel like we've been working at home way more than we should or want to. They've shown that, well, if you stay in one place and you aren't changing locations, your creativity is actually affected by that. So just simply the different context. If we think about, well, an adult is trained to focus more just through life experience. A child doesn't have that training, especially the younger and younger you get. That's part of education and parenting and discipleship. We're helping them. A different context can be just freeing for a child. And I'm going to touch more on this. The outdoors, God's made us. By and large, there are of course exceptions, but almost every child just loves being outside more than inside. The great exception is maybe a screen, but if we can break that connection with the screen, what we find is most kids love being outside. So just simply different context. And I think that's kind of the most simple reason, but that alone, and I'm going to talk about it later, it's sometimes just as simple as doing what you normally do, but outside. And that suddenly changes everything. Another benefit is that being outside is more active by nature. You aren't just able to do this, as you're reading. You have to sit carefully, kids, especially girls, but sit more carefully so they're more actively engaged. They have more space to roam, so they're going to be able to just move around more. Okay, so more activity plus more the senses are engaged. I feel stuff on my legs. Now some students may be bothered by that, so you have to work with that. Some children be like that sensory contact you have to work with, but even just the sunlight, the air, the breeze, the sounds, that all creates to a more engaged student. When there's clear research shows that if you engage more senses in the learning process, the learning process becomes more of a memory. And this is what's important in learning and in education, is that you actually want to make memories, because what you remember best is what you attach a memory to. And outdoor experiences, are much more naturally turned into a memory. Oh, I tripped and fell, and I fell in this mud. Oh, we all laughed about it. That creates a memory, and certain things stick. Okay, that's more of a light example. But so that's a reason. There's research that they call it nimble thinking. I thought this is an interesting use of the word. Nimble thinking is promoted. So problem solving, dealing with a different environment while you're learning. You have more, your brain has to do more than I'm sitting at a desk and I'm writing, or I'm sitting at a desk and talking. It's a controlled environment. I don't have to engage.
Mhm.
It's like, we sleep in our bed. It's our most relaxed place because we're used to the environment. Well, you get students into an environment that's different, not stressful, but different. You get
Mhm.
students thinking, even though they don't know it, their brain is engaged and it promotes nimble thinking.
Hmm.
There's obviously physical health benefits, but this is something that is
Hmm.
close to my heart. And viewers may have a different opinion on things of who's created the world, if there's a God and whatnot. But I believe that God's created all of us, and the reason we love nature is because God's made a world for us to love. And there's
Mm.
empirical research that also shows that simply being outside is beneficial to the person, I would say to their soul,
Mm.
the holistic benefits of being outside. And if you can use education to bring those holistic benefits, that's going to
Right.
benefit education, but also the child. And the child is what matters, not just education like it's a project.